One of the highlights from the sprinting side of things on Saturday was the Group 2 weight for age SCHILLACI Stakes over 1,000 metres for 3-year-olds and up, named after that grand old sprinter, the Grey Flush that won the Triple Crown a few years ago. Probably no SCHILLACI's coming out of this race, but again, so a winner to be found, and it was Verlander, the expensive yearling by Exceed and Excel, a bit of a boom sire of 2-year-olds with his second season now coming through. And Sue, what were your thoughts on that race?
Yeah, it was a good win by Verlander. I backed Lucky Secret, I have to admit, and he was a winner all over except right on the line. You know, the 3-year-old, I think the weight advantage at the end was quite telling. I think he had, what, 5.5 kilos?
5.5 kilos.
5.5 kilos from the runner-up. So that was just telling at the end there. Verlander's a very well-bred horse. He's by Exceed and Excel, who's started his career in promising fashion, albeit with a lot of horses that have been competitive up to 1,100 metres.
Very precocious horses, let's say.
We're waiting for a few more of them to show up over a bit more distance. But out of Scandinavia, who herself was a very good sprinter, particularly down the straight in Melbourne, used to race against the likes of General Nadim and was very competitive in that era. And she's gone on to be an outstanding broodmare. Already the dam of Group 1 winner Magnus, who's at Eliza Park. Eliza Park bred this fellow, and he was sold at Easter. Was a lovely yearling. The second horse, Lucky Secret, I thought his effort was full of merit. He tried very hard. He did all the bullocking work, and it was a sitting shot really, but had the tenacity to fight on. He looked the winner everywhere, but right on the post side. You know, he's probably a little bit one-dimensional horse, but in this type of a race, I think he's going to be very competitive. Gamble Me, perennial place getter, another one of these Rock of Gibraltars that's hitting his straps, a stallion who has a fairly stout pedigree and was a horse that kept improving with age. I think Rock of Gibraltar is going to make an impression over here because his horses seem to improve as they get older.
She's defying the breeding a little bit, this mare, because she's out of a Pleasant Tap mare.
Yeah, it's very stout breeding.
I'd expect her to be running in a Caulfield Cup.
Yeah, no, that's
and she's running around in SCHILLACI.
Definitely, without a doubt. You
it's
know,
odd, isn't it?
And more success for Gurista. They've had a really big couple of months. They're unearthing horses left, right, and centre, and good luck to them as well. Beaten Brigade, I don't really have a lot to say. Cup Hero, I don't have any opinion of him.
Valley horse.
Yeah,
definitely.
Look, I was quite surprised. There was a stud deal done on him, and for mine, yeah.
He's relatively well bred though.
Yeah, but he's very much a California Dane, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's a one-track horse, the B-grader,
yeah.
never going to be
and son of Dan Zero.
Yeah.
You know, like he's really got to buck a few trends there, but good luck to them. Yeah, it was the winner. I think might struggle to get 1,200 metres. I think that this distance, 1,000 metres, 1,100 metres, is about him. I don't know that he gets a strong 12. That's 6 furlong.
He raced off the pace yesterday and found the line better than he has been.
With no weight.
Yeah.
So I've still got a query about him running a strong 6 furlongs. And that's pretty much what I take out of it.
I actually think you're right, and I think that goes for the other Exceed and Excel, the stablemate, that Freedman train. It's exceedingly good.
Yeah.
I think they both had the booms on them early doors there when they came out, but I think they both struggled to get a good 1,200 metres, and that's been their problem today. Look, he's found his race there, getting a massive weight relief off some of those other horses. But you know, it has to be said, they get that weight relief for a reason, and that's because the horse is barely 3 years old. You know, he was 2 years old only a couple of months ago, so he deserved that relief. So still had to beat some seasoned older gallopers. Lucky Secret, when he first came on the scene and was winning some races by big margins, I have to say I thought he was going to turn out to be a lot better than what he has done.
He's had bleeding problems,
and didn't he have an injury too? I think he broke down just before Radisson, or not Radisson, because he injured himself as well, didn't he? I think he broke down just before the Guineas.
Oh, that's when he bled.
As a 3-year-old. But did he bleed, did he?
Yeah, he bled.
Yeah, so he's had his problems, he's had his share of problems. Yeah, look, unlucky. He did look the winner. Would have been hailed the winner anyway. He was a long way in front, and Valenda came out of nowhere and got him on the post. I can't see these sort of horses going on to be players in the bigger sprints through the rest of the spring, but they'll win their share of races.
All right, look, the boys said it all. I think you know, Lucky Secret probably should have won the race. He was softened up a bit for the majority of the race by Tesbury Jack, who's racing well below his best. There's got to be a problem there because he looked good when resuming. Capiro, right, Moonee Valley horse. His Group 1 placing in the Manikato last, was at Moonee Valley, and 8th start yesterday at Caulfield for no wins and 2 placings. The rest of the field, you know, they're not weight for age horses, are they? Not weight for age sprinters. They're handicappers thrown in because we just have a lack of talent at the moment throughout, staying and sprinting at weight for age. And Valenda just proved that, thank God, we've got some 3-year-olds coming through, because otherwise our racing industry is in a bit of trouble as far as talent goes. And you know, the only 3-year-old in the race wins it, albeit, you know, probably the leader was softened up a bit. But like Nat said, just coming out of his 2-year-old season, so good effort nevertheless. And now Stallion Prospect, I guess, being a Group 2 winner, you know, so
yeah.
But not much else to say. I can't find much in this race to go on to the bigger sprints later on.
We'll leave it there, boys, at the SCHILLACI Stakes.